Hey YouTube. Yeah, I'm really sorry about the audio quality lately and stuff and video synchronization issues. Um, I should be really working on that. I'm gonna be getting myself an HD cam webcam, possibly after the holidays. I'm gonna save up for that. I found a really cool one. HD. I think it's like $70 or something. Not bad. Once I get it, I'll definitely do a review on it. My video today is going to be about the PlayStation 3 Slim, why some people say it's a waste of money, why if you would be an idiot to upgrade to it if you own an original 60 gig model PlayStation 3 or an 80 gig model PlayStation 3. Now, I mean, hearing everyone else's uh, points of view, they're uneducated, and I'll say this. Honestly, how many people actually used the media card slots on their PlayStation 3 original models? I never did. I never used it. Because the point is that I don't really use SD cards. I don't really use those things because I just use flash drives. Flash drives seems more, how can you put it? It seems more practical because every device under the sun, except for, some phones, have a USB port. So why am I going to use a proprietary, oh, not really proprietary, why am I going to use a card to back up my game saves when I could just use a flash drive? Or a pocket hard drive, or an iPod. I use my iPod Classic as a primary backup source for my PS3. It's cheap and efficient. Next, how many people actually installed Linux on their PlayStation 3? I haven't. I know I can, but it seems pointless because it's actually very crippled. For those of you who don't know, Sony and IBM crippled the abilities for other OS installations. So you're never going to see the full power of a PS3 being utilized by a third-party OS. Not many people didn't know that. Because, I mean, it seemed like a really cool idea. If you really wanted to do a lot of high-end video editing and everything, you can submit a job to the PS3 and have it render everything for you. That would be awesome, but because Sony and IBM decided to cap off the abilities that you would be able to use with the virtualization software, you're screwed and it's pointless. It's slow. From what I've seen, it's slow. Um, Next, people complain about is the ability to stand it up. That's actually a good idea. That's a good thing that people are complaining about because if you look at the design comparison of the Slim to the original models, Sony actually wanted a more, how could you say, how you put it, a more leveled mirrored design. If let's say you were to cut the PS3 Slim completely in half and you look at the base, each side would be exactly mirrored to each other. Whereas if you do that with original model PlayStation 3, you would notice that there would be a larger bottom to the left side than there would to the right. So they wanted to keep it a little more, what do you call it, more standard. It's like if I were to compare it to a Dreamcast. Yes, I do have one. And it still works. And I play pirated games. I have one in there. See, PlayStation 3 Slim is like a Dreamcast. It's exactly flush on each side. Whereas the PS3 regular, has like a little like tumor coming out of the side where the drive is. I can see why they did that. They wanted to make it more presentable. It doesn't look odd. But the thing is in doing so, if you want to stand it up, there's now a gap. There's now a gap space on the left side, which is why you can't stand it up. I mean, you could, but the chances of it falling over are very high. So, of course, let's add another brilliant marketing thing. Let's go and sell a $30 stand, make a little extra money just so you can stand it up. I do stand up my PlayStation 3 from time to time because I move it from television to television. When it's in my room, it's horizontal. When it's in my living room, it's vertical. It's just the way the spacing issues I have. And not everyone does everything the same as others. The next point of why why it's not worth upgrading the PlayStation 3 Slim. The number one reason everyone always says is backwards compatibility. I don't understand what Sony's motives are. I mean, if they're able to develop a high-end, technologically advanced gaming platform as a PlayStation 3, they should have been able to develop a software emulation that would have ran on the cell processor to give you backwards compatibility with PlayStation 2 games. I already know that there was a patent that was filed. Sony has the technology, but it's all a question of when they're going to release it. Now, Sony could do it two ways if they release software backwards compatibility for every PlayStation 3. They could either be an asshole about it and not allow you to play a PlayStation 2 disc and have the emulation run the disc. They can pull a PSP Go move and make it that the only PlayStation 2 games you could play are the ones that you buy and download through the PSN. With the way Sony's attitude is lately, I have a very misfortunate, feeling that they're going to do the later. They're going to be assholes about it, and they're going to make it that you can only play PS2 games for those systems that couldn't play PS2 games from the get-go, only through the download service. Is it the right thing to do? No. But could they do it? Yes. It's possible they could be complete assholes, or they could be nice about it and allow you to play every PS2 game. Another misconception about that. People say, oh, the drive can't read the PlayStation 2 discs. They can. It's just that there's no way of playing the disc, like software that can run the game that's on that disc. So, I mean, honestly, I hope Sony really does decide, well, look, we need to allow every PlayStation 3 under the sun to play PS2 games. I mean, it's going to be 2010. And Sony has yet to answer some of the criticisms about the PlayStation 3. I understand that I don't know what it's like not to be able to play PS2 games on my PS3 because I've owned a 60 gig model the whole time. But it's just, I understand it's really not fair that they did that. And that's one of the main reasons why I chose not to go to a PS3 Slim. I mean, the PS3 Slim, I don't like the design, but I'd rather have something newer, you know what I mean? But if only the PlayStation 3 Slim had backwards compatibility, that is the number one selling point for me, as well as others. I mean, you could just search up in YouTube and say, well, look, PlayStation 3 PS2 backwards compatibility rant. They have hundreds of videos of that, of people that complain about it. And Sony's attitude about it isn't really... I don't really appreciate their attitude. Because they're like, well, you bought a PS3 to play PS3 games. Yes and no. Yes, I bought it to play PS3 games, but I would love to have the ability to play PS2 games. It's more of a, what do you call it? Oh shit, I forgot that word. It's more practical to play it on a PS3 system because it's an all-in-one device. It'll play all your games. That's the way people like it. Plus, the point of having infinite amount of freaking memory cards at your disposal with the hard drive is a plus. I mean, for those who don't know, it's a pain in the ass to get your memory card dumps onto the PS3 original 60s and 20s and 80s. But I bought a device, believe it or not, for $2. I was lucky. Micro Center had a clearance sale on unsold memory card adapters that would allow you to transfer your game saves off of PS2 memory cards onto your hard drive. And I'm lucky I found it because Sony at one time sold them for $20. I mean, that was retarded because it's a one-time use thing. I mean, once you use it, you're never going to use it again, so it's pointless. But I got it for $2. I used it once and I haven't touched it since. But now I have all my PS2 game saves. So, YouTube, rate, comment, tell me what you guys think. I mean, I'm not saying the PS3 Slim is bad. I'm just saying it's not really the best design choice that Sony could have done. They could have done it in a better fashion. They could have said, well, look, we want it backwards compatible. We want it to play all of our games and stuff. I mean, what can you do? So, thank you, YouTube, and have a good one.